Peacemaker Season 2 Episode 6 has just dropped, so let's talk about it. We have gotten a very special appearance from a character that we've already seen in the past, as well as some insane reveals for this episode. Episode 6 is titled Ignorance is Chris and is awfully fitting because we find out some crazy news. We start this episode off with the crew heading all the way to Vigilante's home. They are basically here so that they can open a portal to the alternate dimension that Chris is currently in. We're going to refer to that as Earth 2. Some great back and forth between Vigilante and the crew because this guy is an insane human being. Let's just say that his basement is not a normal basement. Anyways, Team Peacemaker is basically able to open up the portal, utilize it, and open the doorway, entering the QC. From there, they enter Earth 2, where Chris is currently in right now. Overall goal is to, of course, bring back Peacemaker, but Vigilante now wants to go see himself in this dimension. And of course, perfect timing, we get Keith coming back and basically spotting Hardcore, and he basically is like, what are you doing here? She makes up some bullshit excuse, and they head back to Argus headquarters. Vigilante then tells Economos and Leota that he is going to go find his other alternate version of himself to see what he's like, basically. As Keith and Hardcore then head to Argus, Hardcore seems to be the only person in the show that's actually aware of the surroundings because she's able to suspect something's completely off about this world. We're going to get into that. Now, we're going to pick back up with Rick Flag Sr. This man is fuming because Flurry basically comes into his office and lets him know that basically Team Pacemaker is off the grid. No one knows where they are, and he's going through it. From here, we get Rick Flag Sr. basically thinking what he can do, what is the best solution he can come up with, and what does he do? He makes a phone call to Belle Reve Prison. He wants to speak with a special inmate that is currently at Belle Reve. I think you guys know who I'm referring to. So while everything is going down, Vigilante obviously, as I said earlier, was heading back to his place to meet his alternate self. And he does just that. He walks into his own home, opens his basement door, and he stumbles upon his alternate universe Earth 2 self. The dialogue between the two is hilarious. Infernape is the greatest Pokemon. I don't know, I'm a big fan of Salamence. But yeah, they basically just go back and forth talking about stuff. Spider-Man is also now officially canonized in the DCU because of the whole Spider-Man pointing meme. So while all of this is happening, Vigilante talks to his alternate self and he asks him if he's best friends with Peacemaker. Obviously, this guy says no. Earth 2 Vigilante basically lets him know that they're arch enemies. He hates him, and that Peacemaker is the reason why Earth 2 Vigilante has even joined the Sons of Liberty team that we saw earlier in the season. And of course, this is just another red flag about this Earth. We're going to find out more in the big reveal coming up. And then we get a special appearance from someone from the Superman movie. I'm talking about Lex Luthor. I absolutely love the way they introduced him in this scene. While he was walking in, you can actually hear a bit of his theme slightly played from the Superman movie, like while he was walking into this area. Him and Rick Flag Sr. basically have a conversation. Rick Flag Sr. is basically desperate to figure out where Peacemaker is. Lex has the technology and the ability to find out where all of this stuff is. Lex is a conniving man. He's trying to figure a way out of the situation of Belle Reve. Rick Flag basically lets him know, if you help us, we'll be able to do something for you. Obviously not guarantee you to get out, but we can help you a little bit. While Lex is obviously having this conversation with Rick Flag Sr., he also mentions two characters that we may see in the future. Remember, he is in the meta-human section for Belle Reeves. One of the characters he was referring to was a glowing person with blinking eyes, which could possibly be a reference to Dr. Phosphorus, character we did see in Creature Commandos. And the other character he said was a bear-sized man with dragon-like skin. I mean, that could be anybody, possibly even Killer Croc. They come to terms, and Rick Flag Sr. basically tells Sasha Bordeaux, as they both are leaving, that they are now working with Lex Luthor to figure all this stuff out and hopefully get the situation sorted. I think is going to be picked right back up in Man of Tomorrow. I think this is going to lead directly into that. Pick back up with Hardcore and Chris back at Argus. After the drive that Keith and Hardcore were on their way to Argus, Hardcore had a bit of an issue because she had a little bit of a substance all over her that canine units were basically suspecting. You can assume what that is. But they basically have a conversation and they kind of reaffirm what they are feeling towards each other. And now comes the big reveal. As Chris and Hardcore are walking out, Hardcore makes a very obvious point to Chris, and that is that there has not been a single colored person spotted while they've been in this universe this entire time. Obviously, Chris is like, that's not the case. I'm pretty sure I've seen someone. So horrifying because Leota, who was with Economos at the time in Peacemaker's home, basically goes on a walk and, tells Economos nothing's going to happen. Meanwhile, she gets chased by Keith and every other person who was walking or just driving by this area. Oh yeah, this basically confirms the rumors and theories that were going around that this is Earth X because this is in fact Earth X. Peacemaker basically sees an American flag. Instead of the stars and stripes, it is a symbol that is related to Germany. I don't want to say, you can fill in the blanks and assume because whatever you think it is, that's exactly what it is. That is where we end off on this episode. It is all in shambles. We have just gotten the craziest reveal that this is in fact Earth X. Let me know if you're one of the people that were thinking that this is going to be Earth X. You guys must be satisfied. But let me know what you guys think about the overall episode in general. I thought it was an insane reveal the way they did, obviously, the build up. For the last 6 weeks, everyone was kind of thinking this is the case, and it ended up being true. Also, seeing Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult coming back in this was amazing. So, what do you guys think? Honestly, the show has definitely picked up. I'm definitely excited to see what is coming up for the last 2 episodes. James Gunn is cooking. Let's go.